I told you that right now there is a massive shift happening in the online space that's creating more opportunities for remote salespeople than I've ever seen before. And I'm talking about a fundamental change in how digital products are being sold online. And it's creating an unprecedented opportunity for people who already know how to sell. You see, last month, Iman Gadzi, one of the biggest names in the online education space, just became co-owner of a company called Whop. And this isn't just a random investment. This is a calculated move by someone who's built 8-figure businesses online, and he's got his finger directly on the pulse as to where the online economy is heading. And in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly why this matters to you if you're looking to make serious money online in 2025. And why learning the skill of sales might be the single most important decision you make this year. So what exactly is Whop and why should you care? Whop is essentially a marketplace for digital products. Think of it like Amazon or Shopify for online courses, membership sites, communities, and software. They've grown from handling just a few million in transactions in 2023 to processing over 175 million in 2024 alone. And they're projected to hit well over 400 million in transactions by the end of 2025. This explosive growth isn't slowing down, it's accelerating. And when somebody like Iman Gadzi decides not just to partner with Whop, but become a co-owner, you better believe he's seeing something massive on the horizon. And this is his exact quote from the press release. Whop is fundamentally changing how digital products are discovered and sold online. This isn't just another platform, this is the future of the creator economy. And I'm telling you this because every single one of those transactions that is happening on Whop already represents a business that needs salespeople. And not just any salespeople, they need high ticket closers who can convert interested prospects into high paying customers for their premium offers. And here's where most people get it completely wrong when they try to make money online. They think they need to be a business owner. They think they need to create a course, build a membership site, or develop a software. And listen, I get it, the allure of being an entrepreneur is strong, but here's the cold hard truth that nobody wants to tell you. Most businesses fail, and the statistics are brutal. About 90% of online businesses don't make it past their first year. And the ones that do survive, only a tiny fraction ever reach that 6-figure a year in revenue, and let alone profit. And it's because running a successful business online requires mastering multiple skill sets simultaneously. Product creation, marketing, advertising, customer service, team management, sales. And frankly, most people don't have the time, resources, and the ability to become world-class at these different disciplines all at once. And this is exactly what I did wrong when I first started out. I tried to build an agency from scratch, wearing all the hats, ended up making $0 for almost 2 years. And if you think of a business like a machine, it requires lots of different cogs working simultaneously together in order for the business to succeed. And even if one of these cogs fail, the whole machine breaks down. But here's the opportunity I've seen in the last 2 years, and with Iman Gadzi's investment in Whop, it's only gonna get bigger. Whilst 90% of these online businesses fail, about 10% go on to absolutely crush it. These are the businesses that have their product figured out, their marketing, their systems, and all they need now is someone who can convert their leads into high ticket sales, which is where you might be able to come in. By becoming a remote closer in the online space, you can cherry pick which business you want to work with. You can literally choose only to work with the winners, the businesses that already have a proven product that delivers results, effective marketing that's generating quality leads, systems that can handle scale, and most importantly, a high ticket offer that pays you a substantial commission. You know, instead of risking everything to build your own business from scratch, you're leveraging businesses that have already done that hard work. It's like getting all the upside of a successful online business without taking on really any of the risk. And you can see this very clearly with what's happening on Whop right now. Over 6,500 sellers joined the platform in the last year alone. And the average transaction value on premium offers is well over $2,000, with the top 5% of sellers doing over 50K per month in revenue. Each one of these successful sellers needs closers who can convert their leads. And with the standard commission structure being 10%, if you're closing just 10 sales a month on a 5K product, that's 50,000 in sales for the business and 5,000 in commission for you for just doing one thing, selling. And this is on the low end. You know, if you scale to 20 sales and you're with a bigger business, you're easily making 10K per month, all from mastering just one skill rather than trying to juggle this entire business machine. Now, to get back to the point, why is Iman's investment in Whop specifically making this such a massive opportunity right now? Well, Whop is doing something that no one else has successfully done before. They're creating this centralized marketplace where people can discover and purchase premium digital products. You know, before Whop, there was no Amazon for digital products. Everything was fragmented across thousands of different websites, and this consolidation is going to have a major effect. There's going to be a massive increase in visibility for premium digital products, and as more people start using Whop to discover digital products, the overall market size grows exponentially, and this means more leads, more sales calls, and more opportunity for you if you were to become a closer for these offers. And of course, more businesses entering the space. The barrier to entry for creating and selling digital products is getting lower, which means more businesses will need sales talent. According to Whop's own data, they're onboarding over 500 new sellers every single month. And Whop isn't the only platform doing this. You've got businesses like School that are also offering a similar product. And as the marketplace is getting more competitive, more businesses will need to focus on what truly differentiates them to others. And that's going to be their sales process and their ability to convert leads into customers. And this means that the value of skilled high-ticket closers is skyrocketing. Iman isn't just randomly investing in companies. He's strategic, he's calculated, and he's putting his money where he sees the future heading. And right now, that future is clearly in the digital product space, the exact arena where high-ticket closers thrive. So let me break down step by step how exactly you can capitalize on this opportunity. And first and foremost is mastering the skill of sales. This is your foundation. Without it, nothing else matters. You need to understand sales psychology, objection handling, closing techniques, and I've got tons of video on my YouTube channel here about this. But the key is not just to consume content. You need to practice. You need to role play with friends, record yourself, and continue to refine your approach. And step 2 is making sure you identify winning businesses on platforms like Whop. And simply look for businesses that have been around for at least 6 to 12 months. They've shown consistent growth, they have strong customer testimonials, offers products in a 3 to 10K plus range, and have a solid marketing system that's generating consistent quality leads. And these are the businesses that are most likely to succeed in the long run. And they're going to provide you with a steady stream of qualified leads. And step 3 is making sure you position yourself as a valuable asset. When reaching out to these businesses, don't just ask if they're hiring closers, show them exactly how you can add value. For example, if their average close rate is 20%, explain how you can help push it to 30. On a 5K product with 100 calls a month, that's an additional 50K in revenue you're generating for them. And what business owner wouldn't want to talk to you if you could actually achieve that for them? And the final step here is starting with one winning business, then leverage your results from there. Once you've landed a role with a successful business and you started closing deals, you've got proof in your ability. This makes it so much easier for you to either negotiate better terms or move on to an even more successful business. Remember, this isn't about job hopping. It's about strategically positioning yourself with businesses that are on a strong growth trajectory. And now I'm not going to pretend that this is all just sunshine and rainbows. There's going to be legitimate challenges you'll face. There's a learning curve. High ticket sales is a skill that takes time to master. Your first few calls will probably be rough. You'll make mistakes, you'll even lose sales that you could have closed. But every call you're going to get better. And the learning curve is actually much shorter than learning all the skills required to run a full-fledged successful business. Now, the second challenge is that not all businesses are created equal. Some have terrible offers, some have no leads, some have toxic cultures. You need to be selective and do your due diligence before committing to work with any business. And the third challenge is making sure that you're on a good commission structure. Whilst most businesses offer a standard 10% commissions, some might try to offer you less. But you need to know your worth, and you need to be willing to walk away from opportunities that don't properly value your skills. And the beautiful thing about these obstacles is they're actually your biggest advantage. They're going to filter out a lot of people who are just 1 foot in the industry and 1 foot out. Every person who gives up, says it's too hard, or says it's takes too long, is one less person you're having to compete with. And just to show you what is possible if you follow this path, I've worked with hundreds of sales reps that are taking advantage of the massive opportunity that's happening in the online space right now. You've got Jamie, who was burnt out in his corporate sales role, making good money, but working 60 hours a week. He took the leap into high ticket closing, and within 3 months, he replaced his corporate income, working half the hours and taking calls from his laptop. And you've got Eamon from the Netherlands, who came in with 0 sales experience, but he worked his ass off, and within 90 days, he was consistently making over 10K a month. And these aren't just anomalies. These are people who focused on mastering one high value skill and leveraging it to create freedom and income for themselves. And with the expansion of platforms like Whop and the massive investment from figures like Iman Gadzi, like Alex Omozi with School, there's literally never been a better time to enter into this space. And that is exactly why I believe high ticket closing is the most lucrative opportunity in the online space right now, and how you can capitalize off these massive growing platforms such as Whop. Because whilst others are trying to build complicated businesses from scratch, struggling to master these multiple skill sets simultaneously, and competing in increasingly crowded markets, you can focus on just mastering one high-value skill and leveraging businesses that are already succeeding. And the beauty of this approach is it's both lower risk and higher reward. Lower risk because you're not investing thousands into starting a business that might fail, and a much higher reward because you're earning significant income much faster by focusing on what actually matters, selling. And Iman Gadzhi's investment in Whop is just further validation for what I've been saying for years. The digital product economy is booming, and those who know how to sell these products will be the biggest winners. And if you're serious about making this happen for yourself, I have 2 recommendations for you. First, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth strategies on high-ticket closing. And second, if you want to fast-track your success with my personal guidance and you already have a background in selling, whether that be in a corporate sense or a more traditional 9-to-5 sales role, then you can click the link in the description to check out my coaching program, Club Closer. I've helped over 600 sales reps at this point enter into the industry and scale up to multi-6-figure a year remote sales role. This is a massive opportunity and one that is only going to grow. And the question is quite simple. Are you going to take advantage of it?